And welcome on back, everyone, to another episode of Streaming with the Mouse. But today, even better than what it usually is, as we have reached episode 100 of Streaming with the Mouse. It's taken, I believe, 2 years at this point, but couldn't have done it without all of you guys and your support. You have a Halloween episode coming your way to celebrate the 100th episode of Streaming with the Mouse, so get ready, and you're listening to Streaming with the Mouse. And welcome on back, everyone, to episode 100 of Streaming with the Mouse. Get the little siren noise going. The Bruins goal celebration. Could have done a lot of things for this. As my name is Clifton Paul Robinson, joining me with Cam Ramos. Cam, our 100th episode. We could have done a ton of things for this, but it just felt right to do it with Halloween coming up. It's fun to do those countdowns. We could have done the things that we like going for Disney Plus so far. I think everyone knows at this point what our lists are, but who doesn't want to know what to watch for Halloween this year?
Yeah, you know what, Cliff? It's spooky season. Got to get all those spooky stuff out of there. I'm not a big, scary guy, so you'll hear from my list isn't the most scariest of movies, but that's okay. That's fine. It's still fun to get into this the holiday season with some Halloween before we jump into Christmas, because obviously everybody just skips Thanksgiving, the poor holiday.
And I have my paper list. I wrote a paper list. I got on my phone. I wrote a paper list today just for this, because I had scrap paper at my desk. But before we jump into that, we have some Christmas news.
Yes.
As we have gotten another teaser trailer, a minute trailer is a teaser trailer of Hawkeye. And we have now found out that the first 2 episodes of Hawkeye will be debuting on November 24th. I think that's the best thing a Marvel show has done for us so far. I think this is it's the best thing any show has done for us so far in this entire sequence of Disney Plus.
Yeah, but so we definitely got the 2 episodes before, obviously, with WandaVision when that first came out, which, again, we're very thankful of, because that was such a weird show. I think it was good to get those 2 craziest episodes out of the way. I saw the trailer coming out of work today when I was walking to my car. Looks pretty cool. Still very.
And were you offended no one had still texted you that a new trailer had dropped for Hawkeye?
Nobody did. So if I'm going to be completely honest, nobody did. It was like, I had to pop up on Twitter and saw it. But no, 2 episodes. I don't know if I liked the 2 episodes on the same day. I think I would have liked the 24th and the 26th. So do the Wednesday and Friday. I think that would have been kind of nice, just to give me a little thing. I know I could maybe use some self-control and save that second episode.
You could do that.
Not going to happen. No, but I'm excited for sure, and this will be a great way to start off the holiday season, especially, like I said, we're going to skip over Thanksgiving and just get ready to MCU Christmas. Can't wait.
I think that's fine. I think it might be something that it might start New York City Thanksgiving into Christmas, because if you've ever been to New York City during Thanksgiving, it's already Christmas. We also got confirmation Linda Cardellini will be reprising her role as the wife of Clint Barton. I can't remember her character's name at the moment, but Mama Barton will be making at least a partial. We saw her on screen. We saw her in the trailer. That's all we know. Really cool. And then I had one other thing. Do I remember what it is? We're getting a Home Alone reboot.
Yeah, it looks terrible.
I mean, people are acting like it's the worst thing ever. I'm like, have you seen any?
No, I don't think that.
No, I'm just like, have you seen anything after Home Alone 2? With a young ScarJo is in one of the Home Alones.
This kid that is the new Home Alone kid is fantastic.
I heard people love him in Jojo Rabbit.
Jojo Rabbit's a fantastic movie. I watched it for the first time maybe a couple months ago. He is laugh out loud funny. Steals every scene in Jojo Rabbit. Big shout out to Taika Waititi for directing that, and he also plays a certain somebody in that.
We will not be saying that.
Fantastic movie. He's great. That might be the reason I watched the movie. Or is it a show? I think it's a movie, right?
It's a movie, but we also know that Butch, the actor that played Butch in Home Alone, the original Home Alones, right? That's very fitting. If we're being honest, I think this is actually I have seen all the Home Alones, including the bad ones.
Well, here's another one for you. Just kidding.
This one looks a lot better already than the ones after Home Alone 1 and 2. That's
Still
I'll
can't
say
be
that.
worse than Lady and the Tramp.
Don't jinx it.
I hope not. I really hope not.
And I do remember the last thing. I'm shocked not many people are talking about this. We now have confirmation that The Mandalorian season 3 has officially started filming. We had a picture from Pedro Pascal with him wearing the helmet. We actually know he's already on set, so Mandalorian's not interfering too much with The Last of Us, the HBO that is now Pedro Pascal's #1 show.
So the one thing I'm interested in seeing is I have a couple friends that are in the film industry, and I know that there's a big like television like strike coming up.
Yes.
I'm interested to see how and if that impacts. My guess is that this will probably impact this, depending on how quickly. So I'm very interested to see how this shakes up for not just The Mandalorian, but all the Disney Plus shows, including the upcoming MCU stuff. Obviously, the Star Wars stuff. Obviously, Book of Boba Fett seems like it's all set to go, but I'm interested to see how and if this will affect, because I believe it's in November is the strike, if I remember correctly.
I didn't read the article. They had just agreed earlier on a strike date. This is an impact more than just TV. This is an impact movies.
Yeah.
But these people in Hollywood, these workers, people need to realize that making movies, making these shows, making this art is so much more than just the actors, the writers, and the directors. There's so many more people behind the scenes that make the magic happen. And
Sure.
these people deserve actual rights in their jobs. They deserve to be treated fairly. Everything. They deserve actual rights and
Livable
be treated as a human being.
Yeah.
And we see that there's always shortcuts that companies and businesses try to take. We know what the MLB does to minor league players, and this is pretty much what they're trying. They're trying to squeeze these people that are the real lifeblood of these shows and movies, and just really screwing them over. So it's important. People need to chill out with what is this going to affect with my shows? It affects more than just your shows. It impacts people's livelihoods. People actually need people need to look behind the veiled lens of what about my entertainment.
And I definitely hear that. I don't want people to think about like, oh my god, my shows are going out. I'm just interested to see like,
oh, that wasn't anything at you.
Yeah. I was interested to see how Mandalorian will be affected timing wise, because I think it's in November. I doubt you're going to film a whole season of Mandalorian by this strike, so I'm assuming it is going to get affected. We'll see what happens in Hollywood, but yeah, you're absolutely right, Cliff. Hopefully these people get the livable wages and the rights that they 1000% deserve, because honestly, screw the actors. Not really screw the actors, but there's so much more, exactly like you said, than Scarlett Johansson or Benedict Cumberbatch. So much goes into this, and I've seen it firsthand from my friends in the film industry. So hopefully they get what they deserve, and that should be all good.
Yes, and I think it's really interesting. We are not going to see an initial issue with it November. So if people generally know how movies take to get made, movies and shows, November is an impact the spring and summer. So it was a very well time. If I just like outside looking in, time of strike is very good, because you're going to hurt the most important time of the movie industry, and that's the best way to send them. Best way to send a message is to don't hit him in the heart, hit him in the wallet. But other than that, it is time to go through. We have not done a top list in a long time, I believe.
It's one of the first episodes, honestly.
It's been definitely a few months, and we are going to be talking about, as always, we're going to follow our same format of our top 5, and this is going to be Halloween movies, shows, or shorts, anything that works within it. As in classic us style, I have honorable mentions, not more so to even talk about, just to say. Just some to shout out, is like, I feel people will get mad if I don't say them. If they're on your list, I'm just going to say them. You don't even have to tell me if they're on your list. Same for me to you. We'll split them. But I think that's the best way to go. If you have any honorable mentions,
can I preface my list?
Let's hear your.
I need to preface this. This is not my top 5. These are the best. This is my top 5 of things I want to watch this specific Halloween season, because I'm combining new things, I'm combining classics. So it's not the 5 best, it's what I want to watch right now in the spooky season. I want to preface that.
I like that. That's a good way to say it, because if we're being honest, probably my favorite Halloween stuff is not owned by Disney. If we're going to be 100% honest, I will just put it out right away. Peanuts, Halloween, it's a great pumpkin, Charlie Brown, hands down. You can't beat that. You can't beat.
Thanksgiving, Charlie Brown is way better.
Oh, I meant for Halloween.
I know. It's like I can tell you, yes, something.
Do you have any honorable mentions. I'll let
I
you.
do
I'll
not.
even let you start.
I do not, but I'll probably come up with something.
I have technically three. The
I'll
first
go with
one,
one. Oh, you go ahead first.
the first one, I just want to just shout out because it's always something interesting to think of when it comes to it. And people, if you watch Disney Channel, pretty much when it was as we were ending Disney Channel, but obviously Cameron Boyce was a very popular young actor who sadly passed away. I think a year or two now since that. But I wanted to say the Descendants trilogy. I've never watched it, but I think now it's going to be on my list this year to watch it. Just because I was thinking, I'm like, you know what, that makes sense. It seems good. I'm going to give it a try. That's where I'll leave it at.
I've watched one Descendants movie. I watched Descendants 3, I believe, because my sister-in-law is 10 years old. So I watched it with her and my wife. The music is fire. Very, very good. It's honestly kind of reminds me of like how good the music is for High School Musical. Gun to my head, I think Kenny Ortega is involved with Descendants, but I could be wrong on that. Which, if he is, that would make a lot of sense because he also did.
He is the director.
Yeah. Okay, so that makes sense. The songs. There's one song called
10 points to Hufflepuff.
Yes. Well, I'm a Ravenclaw, but
10 points to Ravenclaw.
There's a song called Queen of Mean in Descendants 3. Fire flame song. I came up with two honorable mentions.
All right, let's hear your first one.
One is Twitches 1, not the Twitches duality. I don't know what you call it. Twitches 2 sucks. Twitches 1, very good. I like that movie a lot.
We had this conversation last year.
Yeah, I think we did. Yes, Twitches 2 sucks. I do have one more honorable mention, but I think you had 3. So if you want to go with your next honorable mention,
yes, just one that I always find funny to myself, and the only reason I'm bringing it up is because before I moved, my old roommate binge watched The Nanny, and the man that plays like the love interest of The Nanny is the vampire, and Mom's Got a Date with the Vampire. It brings back a lot of fun young memories.
Fair
for Halloween.
My only other honorable mention is Trick or Treat, which is the Huey, Dewey, and Louie cartoon short. Just a classic. I love a good Disney cartoon, especially those old school ones. That's always a fun one to watch.
I respect it. And my last one, which is I had to even mention it. I think people are gonna get mad. I even have it as an honorable mention. Is Hocus Pocus.
Ooh,
it's not on my like top list to watch this year. I think I accidentally put it on for like the end a couple days ago, but I will rewatch it. But it's not on that top 5.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, I got no more honorable mentions, so I'm ready. I'm ready to go when you are.
All right. So to start the top 5, would you like to go first, or would you like me to go first?
I'll go first.
Let's hear it. Let's see your number 5.
My number 5 of things I want to watch this Halloween season on Disney Plus is Lego Star Wars Terrifying Tales. I just started watching it yesterday. I'm probably about halfway through. It's pretty good so far. I really liked the Lego Star Wars Holiday Special that they did last year for Christmas. It's pretty good. It's obviously probably not made for my age group, but still has a lot of funny little quirks, Star Wars humor. It's cool because you're blending the different Star Wars realities in here because you can have Darth Vader mixing with Poe Dameron because it's non-canon Lego kind of stuff. It just came out very recently on Disney Plus, I believe last week as of the time we're recording this. So it's a super fun watch and something I was looking forward to watching this Halloween season since it is brand new. If you ask me this in 2022, top 5 things I'm excited to watch in Halloween, it probably won't be one of them, but it is this year because it is brand new and it's Star Wars and Lego. So there you go. That's my number 5.
I'm shaking my head because I thought we were going to get through one episode without talking about Star Wars. I mean, we talked about Mandalorian, but still, nice. I watched it. It was fine. It's not my age group. It's fine. My number 5 is something that we talked about last year. I actually put this on the list because we talked about it last year, and we were like, I can't believe none of us have ever watched this. So at number 5, The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Ooh,
I watched this. I watched this last year. When we talked about it, we were like, "Oh, neither of us have ever." Did you ever watch it before or no?
I had not. I have watched it since.
So I made a promise last year on the podcast that I would watch it this year, or watch it by the next time we talked about Halloween, and I did. And oh my god, it is absolutely up to the hype that it was. I didn't know what to expect. I am a huge claymation fan. I'm all these things, but the music was great.
Awesome.
Danny Elfman is exactly who you needed for that, and it just really worked well together. So I saw it was on last night. I watched, I think I caught like a middle part while I was making dinner, and then it got turned off. But I definitely want to watch it from start to finish again this year.
That's fair. I do not have that, and the only reason I
Ooh.
don't is because after watching it, I think I might have said this in things I wanted to watch in Christmas or in Halloween. It is a Christmas movie, so I will be watching it Christmas time. So I do
Okay.
not have that in there.
I can.
Little secret. I'll probably watch it this Halloween, but I just don't have it on my list.
Number 4 for you.
Number 4 for me is something that you had, I believe, in your honorable mentions, but it is Hocus Pocus. The first time I ever watched Hocus Pocus was in 2018. The only reason I remember that is because I watched it like after the Red Sox beat the Astros in the ALCS. Hopefully they do it again this year. But Hocus, so maybe that's probably why I'm gonna watch it. So that way, hopefully, some good juju. But Hocus Pocus, very good. Again, another movie I'm shocked I didn't watch when I was a kid. I think again it has to do with I just wasn't a big fan of Halloween. I'm still not the biggest Halloween fan. But Hocus Pocus it's a good time. I'll definitely put that in my rewatch. I haven't watched it yet. I probably will this weekend though.
Who are you dressing up as for Halloween?
This year I'm dressing up as Russell, I believe.
Oh, gotta go with the classic.
Yes. So that is a staple in my repertoire for Halloween. So I think I'm gonna go with Russell.
Mine is so stupid. If you're watching this on YouTube, I know YouTube's not our huge crowd, but I have facial hair that's growing out at the moment, and it's only because I decided to do a joke costume this year. I bought the Believe in Boston shirt, and I am doing the Ben Affleck collecting his Dunkin' Donuts.
That's pretty good.
Stock press photos.
That's
so
good. You need to get those like candy cigarettes, like the little chocolate ones.
I have considered that. I have the Believe in Boston. I found the company no longer makes the Believe in Boston shirts. Yeah. I found one on eBay for $10, and I'm like, you know what?
There you go.
I'll wear this shirt after anyway. But my number 4 is one that I watch every year, and I didn't start until college, and it is The Haunted Mansion, starring Eddie Murphy. Just a fun. I mean, that's one of the best rides at Disney. I really always enjoy the way Disney does really well, taking rides and turning them into these really fun movies. Obviously, Haunted Mansion is one of them. I really want to see Jungle Cruise now because I've heard very good things. I was very skeptical, and then I heard it was very good.
I saw it honestly up to par with Curse of the Black Pearl,
and that's the other thing. And Pirates of the Caribbean, which is one of the best rides at all, just based on smell. But Haunted Mansion, always fun. It's just like it just gets. It's such like a peak Halloween movie while also being a great comedy.
I do not have that on my list, and that is because I think that movie big time stinks. But I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Show's over at 100, I guess.
I really don't like that movie. I think it's so terrible. But I'm glad you enjoy it, and I'm glad it's on your list. It will not be on mine.
Number 3 for you.
Number 3, the Halloween Town trilogy. Is there 4 movies? You bet your butt there is. Am I talking about a trilogy? Because I'm only talking about Halloween Town 1, 2, and Halloween Town High. You better believe I am. Great trilogy. Again, we're gonna pretend Return to Halloween Town does not exist. But this is like the one Halloweenish movie I would watch as a kid. So it's 1, 2, and Halloween Town High are always in my repertoire for Halloween. So this is something I'm excited to watch. I have watched the first one already this Halloween season. I need to watch 2 and Halloween Town High. Just awesome.
My number 3 is also the entire Halloween Town movie selection. I just put them all. I just put the Halloween Town movie selection. Fair. I will still watch all of them. And I texted you this. I kind of spoiled like what I was going to talk about to you, at least during this segment, where these movies are great. And this was really the first like legit Disney Channel original movie. This was something that really put Disney Channel original movies on the map before High School Musical did. So it really holds a lot of weight, especially now, and it aged really well. It's really fun. I could even see Disney remaking it. Let's hope not, but we'll see. They're really in the remake business right now.
That would be a big Disney Plus release. Like
that would be.
They would absolutely do.
That'd be a fun show, if we're being honest.
Yeah.
But it's even weirder now because Kimberly Brown, who plays Marnie, and and Emily Roski, who plays Sophie, are both on TikTok, and they always reemerge on my timeline every Halloween. And I'm like, why do they look so familiar? And then they make a Halloween Town joke, and I'm like, that's weird, because like they are older than both of us, but like you see them, you meet them in air quotes as kids, and now it's like, oh, you're an adult, you have children. This is weird, but also like fun at the same time, because it's just so weird at the same time.
And shout out Debbie Reynolds.
Legend. Of course, shout out to Debbie Reynolds. Now we're getting to the two big ones. These are the things. I'm guessing that these top two also go into what will be a top favorite, potentially.
No.
Really?
No.
Really?
No.
Then let's hear your number two.
My number two is WandaVision.
I saw that on the Disney Channel. I saw that on the Disney Plus recommendations for Halloween, and I saw the WandaVision episode, and I'm like, Cam, he's gonna get both of them in there.
I did not. I thought I was being funny with it, but no. WandaVision, there is a Halloween episode. It's probably one of my favorite episodes in that series, besides episode 8, because that's one of my favorite Marvel things of all time. But the Halloween episode, where you get Pietro in it, is pretty awesome. But I'll watch the whole series as a whole. We know how much I love WandaVision. Obviously, I loved Loki too, but WandaVision is one of my favorite things that Marvel has done this year so far, which is so cool to say because we still have 3 more projects coming out this year. But I loved WandaVision. You get those spooky vibes with Agatha. You get some witchy stuff between Agatha and Scarlet Witch for our girl Lizzie. Great show. Excited to watch the whole series again, especially that Halloween episode. So number 2 for me, WandaVision. Very excited to rewatch very soon.
I saw that. I'm like, I can't put that on my list. My number 2, and this is both rewatchable and top to me all time, and it is The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, season 1, episode 19, The Ghost of Sweet 613.
That's a great outside the box pick. I like that one.
Such an amazing episode. It was horrifying as a child. You're like, you were terrified as a child, but it's just so good. That show is very fun to rewatch going back. But Halloween Spirit, that episode, great to watch. I could have picked a couple others, but this one is on a pedestal in itself.
Sure.
I have a feeling, though, we have the same number ones.
Yes, and I want to preface this that this will probably not be my favorite Halloween thing ever, but it's something I will watch guaranteed every year. I will watch it again because I watched it for the first time this weekend. But it is Muppets Haunted Mansion, which just came out this past Friday on the 8th. It was funny. It was cute. Great music. Great guest cameos. I love me some Gonzo. Gonzo's one of my favorite Muppets characters, as well as Fozzie Bear. Fozzie Bear gets to play the Hatbox Ghost. Very, very fun time. I enjoyed every second of it. I'm very excited to watch it again. Maybe not Halloween night because the Pats play that night, but maybe Halloween Eve I will be watching it.
It's gonna be a spooky Patriots game, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, Muppets Haunted Mansion, and you say it might not be one of your favorites. I think it has potential down the line to be like a top 3 thing for Halloween, because there is slim pickings in a general sense for Halloween. I'll take that back. They've done very well with Halloween stuff in the past, but family fun Halloween is a better way to put it. Has potential to be top 5. Honestly, I saw people talking about this online after, because I did watch it, and some people that were very much Muppet enthusiastic people, I would even bet Professor Bond has a very good opinion on this. I have not asked him yet, but this, honestly, to me, is one of the better things that Disney has done with the Muppets.
I agree with that.
This is something that was just really fun. Loved the guests for it. Will Arnett is always the perfect, like, awkward. He's exactly what you need to be with one. The only, really, if I'm even going to complain about, my only issue is with the bride storyline. But I get it. It fit for Rizzo.
Pepe.
Oh, sorry. Thank you, Pepe.
Rizzo should have been in this, though.
Rizzo should. I'm shocked Rizzo wasn't in it. But yeah, Gonzo, they finally gave him some love. They have not done that in recent ones, but the use of Fozzie, the use of all of them, Miss Piggy being in the globe, but then them all being very meta about being they know it's a special. They know it's a special, which is really funny to me. I always like when they kind of play into that, like, oh, we're real people, we're real things acting, because that was the whole ABC show, which I'm still mad they canceled.
Yeah, and I like what you say about that, because you have like Professor Honeydew like saying like, "Oh, I wish we had a bigger role in the special," kind of like that very meta stuff. Like you said, Cliff, was very very funny. No, but I love how they incorporate the ride, they incorporate the stretching room. I want a bunch of Muppets Haunted Mansion merchandise. Like I would buy a T-shirt with like the stretching room portraits Muppified. I would buy like a phone case with the purple wallpaper Muppet-fied like they had there. It was really, really fun. They had a good time. They even incorporated the Doom Buggy with the two old guys. Like I said, they had the Hatbox Ghost with Fozzie Bear, which is obviously a California Disneyland Haunted Mansion thing, not a Disney World. But I thought it was really well done. I really, really, I know I said this, but I really liked the music. Just a fun, fun time. I really hope that they continue this, incorporating Muppets into different like ride shows. Like next year, do a Tower of Terror, get a Pirates of the Caribbean done, do a Jungle Cruise would be hilarious. I think for the Muppets.
Well, they do have a Muppet. They do have Muppets Treasure Island.
They do. So like, continue it with these Disney stories of rides, but in story form. I think it was great.
I honestly thought Disney, because the Muppets are big enough. The Muppets are big. They absolutely could have done like a week, and probably if we weren't still in somewhat of still in a pandemic, they could have totally changed Haunted Mansion for like a week to Muppets Haunted Mansion.
That I don't want.
And just for a week, just to hype up the special. I think that could have been great as well. I also really liked seeing Ed Asner, rest in peace to him, who just passed away last week. It was nice that they got him in one last thing. And also something that absolutely killed me was Kermit and Miss Piggy being each other for Halloween, and I thought that would be such a funny thing.
Kermit being like, guess whose idea this was?
And I think it would be such a funny thing though, like to do that as a couple costume where the male dresses up as Miss Piggy and the girlfriend dresses up as Kermit. I thought that would be so funny. So maybe that'll be next year's Halloween costume.
There you go. Yeah, it was a fun time. I absolutely loved it. If you haven't watched it yet, watch it. It's a Disney Plus exclusive. I think it's going to be a classic that you will watch every single year.
I agree with that. Now it makes me, now though that we're talking about Halloween, now I want to watch It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown.
Yes.
That is now something I want to go watch.
Is that Apple?
Oh, it is, and I have Apple TV because wow, that is so good to know. Good, pretty sure good looks on that. But no, this was fun because Halloween is something that's fun to talk about, and Disney just holds a cornerstone, making small like not low budget movies, but they can make fun campy movies that work very well, and Halloween is the perfect time for a campy movie if you're not looking to go full horror.
For sure.
But that is our list. I don't think we need to count it down again. Go to the Disney Plus app or browser, wherever you're watching it on, go to search and click on Halloween movies, and they give you a whole repertoire. I'm very disappointed in you. You chose no Treehouse of Horror.
I did not.
Not even as an honorable mention.
No, I didn't, and I do feel bad about that, if I'm being honest. I also kind of forgot The Simpsons were on Disney Plus, but that's fine. I always forget that.
Whoops. But what's even scarier is, what do we have to talk about for one whole month without any new content in general coming to Disney Plus?
We will definitely figure something out. We're gonna brainstorm here. Can I have a breaking news update? That isn't really breaking news because at the time of this recording it was 7 hours ago. But again, I'm just seeing it now on Twitter, and nobody shared this with me.
I'm scared.
Josh Gad, 7 hours ago at the time of this recording, finally get to be a part of some of my favorite movies of all time without receiving any of the residuals. Watch Olaf Presents as part of Disney Plus Day, only on Disney Plus this November 12th. Olaf looks like he's going to be retelling Tangled, Moana, Little Mermaid, Aladdin, and The Lion King, a la how he did Frozen in Frozen 2. And I am very excited for that because I think that is something people have been clamoring for, like, do this movie. That is hilarious. Disney Plus Day is going to be sick on November 12th.
That is hilarious. I didn't see that.
Little brainstorm. We could do our Black Widow review finally because that's on Disney Plus for free now.
Oh, that is true. Maybe
we're
next
gonna come
week.
at you with a Black Widow review soon. Woo!
Oh boy, get ready. But anything else for today? Anything
I got
else? Any other spooky news?
I got nada. I'm so excited for Halloween. Uh, this is gonna be fun. I know we're still in a pandemic. I know we're not normal again, but it'll be nice to have like trick or treaters again. Hopefully, if people are safe and do it in a nice, safe way, it'll be
It's
fun.
outside. I would really hope so.
Yeah,
Do you give
it's always
out?
fun.
Are you the
No, no,
house
no,
to go to on the block? Are you the
no.
house to
Oh,
go
we
to?
are now. Yes, we actually had like 90 people come last year. We did like this whole thing where like we left a table like 6 feet in front of our door and just put like bags of candy outside, and like I stayed behind my little door and just waved to people from outside, and then when I need to go replenish it, I waited till nobody was there and I went out there. So we had like 90 kids last year, so I'm assuming we're gonna have even more come this year, because things are a little bit better off. So we're definitely in the house. I will not be handing out candy because most likely the Patriots, I believe, play at 4 o'clock. So I will. The kids will start coming at 5. I'll be screaming at my TV watching the Pats Chargers.
That's scary enough.
Yes, it really is. That you'll just hear ooh when somebody fumbles the ball because that's what the Patriots do. But I digress.
I know we were the house to go to as a kid because my mom always made sure to have full size candy bars.
There you go.
Got to be the try hard house. But that's going to do it for today. You'll be watching this with plenty of time in advance to watch all the Halloween movies, shows, shorts to your desire. But for Cam Ramos, my name is Clifton Paul Robinson signing off. We will see you next week for probably an asterisk Black Widow review.
Knock on wood, everybody.
Knock on wood. Have a spooky day, everyone.
Adios.